Well, hi, and thanks for coming and joining me here in my listening post. And I think I'm going to be a little more serious tonight and really have a listen to what's out here to be heard. So I'm just going to be using two radios here: the Hammarlund SP-600 and Collins R390A. And I'm hoping in the camera shot that you can read the display here, which is going to display what frequency we're listening to. This radio's frequency display is just not precise enough to actually know what frequency you're tuned to, but all I have to do is just tune both radios to the same thing, and then I'll know via this dial what this radio is tuned to. This is my preferred radio, but to some degree those two radios are in competition all the time, so it's fun to run them both and listen to each one of them. So another thing too is from time to time I'm going to be switching into stereo, and you can see the audio controls down here in the bottom of the picture. There's a switch here that switches to stereo, so you can see my mono microphone is just coming out of one ear unless I put it to mono. In mono, both radios sound like they're in the center. But in stereo, if you're listening in stereo, you'll hear one come out of the right and one come out of the left. Now your left and right might be mixed around from mine, so this is how it works for me in my headphones here, according to my equipment. But what you're actually happening in your own home could be switched around for a number of reasons. So, but the thing to remember is this one you see me pushing here, this control, the farthest on the left here, is this radio up here. Okay, and this other control okay, so let's get started. I'm right around 9 megahertz, 9.345 up here. Let's start with this, listening with this one. Those green bars indicate how strong it should be here at my location.
Bill, we are saying that something is suited to a particular purpose. So, Marling, I'm going to give you an example. I'm sorry, but you don't quite fit the bill for what we are looking for.
For my goodness, I'm not going to get the job.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh. And
I'm sorry, off you go. So, here we go. Another great example. They needed a scapegoat. They needed someone to take the blame. And, unfortunately, he fit the bill. So he was the guy that ended up being as you say colloquially, he was the fall guy. He was the guy who needed to take the fall. The company was embezzling a lot of money, and, we have to put someone in front of the podium to talk to the press. And this poor idiot was the one who fit the bill. So, yeah, he was perfect for that reason.
I'm worried about him.
You shouldn't be. He's completely fictional. I've made him up. But if you, so if you have the fit the bill is, again, it's something works. And it doesn't have to be just a person. You can be like, oh, you know, this, I don't know, this apartment fit the bill. For us. Yeah, it can be like that, I think so.
Okay.
Yeah,
So I'm thinking, you know, we always use the fit word, right? It fits me, you know, he fits me. That means we are a good couple. And this table fits the office, and then he fits the situation.
Sure.
He fits the position. It fits, he fits the job. But why the bill? The bill is there for you to say, to match, seamlessly.
Okay, well, when I didn't include this in the origin because it doesn't seem, there isn't any kind of conclusive evidence to suggest that this is the case. But the original idea is that it dates back to about the early 1920s, you know, 1930s, 1950s. So, and back then is when people were first starting to, you know, you have your clothes and you have a dry clean, and then you get a bill. And so if you go to the dry cleaners or you go to a place where you would exchange, you know, one of your own goods for something else, then they would give you the little bill and say, oh, this fits the bill, so this transaction makes sense.
Oh.
Now, so this fits the bill, so now give me back my coat and I'll give you back your little ticket.
So it seems like the Hammarlund can hear content in a signal where the Collins can only hear the carrier. It can't hear the content in the signal. And I'm sure I've got the same thing tuned in here with these two radios. So this is the SP-600. You can't understand what's being said, but you can hear it anyway. And now the Collins.
Customs and tradition of the prosperous and her future family, traditional recipes or songs, all that used to be taught by word of mouth and passed over one generation to another. A custodian of the museum in...
Okay, so we just went quite a distance there with the Collins and picked up nothing till this very strong signal. So let's compare with the Hammarlund, see if it can pick up more stuff that the Collins that seems to be not hearing.
Whether the project would catch on or not. However, from the very first evening sitting, a lot of ladies came, and they had a very good time. That's precisely why right now we're already into the 6th season of these reenacted traditional evening sittings.
The evening sittings held in Avrig are not only opportunities to socialize and bring back memories, they can also have a therapeutic purpose. These are leisure moments of deep relaxation, and it feels like time flows like in a fairy tale. It is a suspended time, a time of tales told by the fireside. Speaking about that, here is Maria Grancia once again.
Sărbătoarea nu are un program. Femeile vin pe rând, care cum...
Evening cities do not have a fixed schedule. Women come when they have finished their household chores. Each of them has her own place in the evening sittings, the corner she feels most comfortably in. Usually women take turns to bring in donuts, pies, slices of pound cake, or cashless, which is a Saxon cookie from the region of Sibiu, prepared with fruit and marmalade. One by one, women enter the atmosphere created by the ones who came first. They exchange impressions, they show to one another the patterns of the knitwork they work on. Many times, a knitwork pattern becomes the star of the season, while the other ladies take it over.
You have been listening to Roots.
Next in this program, sports.
Welcome, I'm Eugen Nasta with the news from Romanian football. Thursday saw the last two fixtures being played, counting towards Romanian Cup's round of 32. On home turf,
iar legătura de origine a bunicilor și părinților lor trebuie dezvoltată și menținută, inclusiv prin intermediul RRI. Aproximativ 30% din forța de muncă și 13% din populația României lucrează în străinătate, iar aceasta reprezintă produsul intern brut pierdut al României, a declarat viceguvernatorul Băncii Naționale a României, Liviu Voina, la conferința a 10 ani de la aderarea României la Uniunea Europeană, de la coeziune la convergență. Problema îmbătrânirii populației afectează produsul intern brut potențial, a tras atenția viceguvernatorul Băncii Naționale a României. El a subliniat că nivelul de trai și diferențialul de salarii continuă să explice valul de emigrație, chiar pe fondul ratelor înalte de creștere economică, aceasta fiind o creștere inegală la nivel interregional și intergenerațional, dezechilibrată ca structură care adâncește inegalitățile în societate.
the story of the cross. It is very beautiful that every human emotion was displayed at the cross. You may search through the annals of pragmatics and every disposition that men might have, whether they're one that is an introvert or an extrovert, every human emotion revealed itself at the cross. And we would like to look into those because the world is still at the cross right now. And every human emotion is revealed when we speak of the cross, just as it was 2,000 years ago. It's very beautiful to me that the angels were beholding this majestic scene and stood in awe as he that was the Word and created suspended between the heavens and the earth. Angels in adoring contemplation said, what does this mean? And how can it be that the God who created all things is dying for men? But among men, there was such a variety of emotions. Number one, the religious leaders and their emotions were remarkably present. In the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 27, verse 41, it says likewise, the chief priests mocking him with the scribes and the elders. There was the chief priest there. And rather than having an attitude of devotion or an attitude of sympathy or an attitude of commiseration, they were mocking and jesting and laughing, making sport. This is a little out of tune for a man of the cloth. We expect a man of the cloth, whether he be of any of the various sects of Christianity, that he be a person of compassion. And whoever the...
You know, PBS doesn't make sense to me. PBS? Maybe it means something else, not the public broadcasting system, because I can't imagine religious stuff would be on PBS.
High emotion, electric emotion, screaming and yelling and deriding and mocking.
No.
6 honrones, 9 impulsados. Batea 360 y en las primeras. Sí, a propósito. Nos pidieron de Cuba, le tira lo primero que ve, un batazo alto, semiprofundo.
Cuba.
Al central derecho que se convierte en out. Ahí va
cât și domeniul privat. Cauzele sunt multe, avem aplicarea matematică, politic și economic, gara senzațional și
Cuba again.
jurnalistice, dar și influența rețelelor sociale. Vorbim despre ultimele, trebuie să vorbim și despre fake news, adică acele știri false care sunt răspândite în general în rețelele sociale cu scopul de a manipula. Așadar, în ediția de anul acesta a Zilei Ascultătorului, vă întrebăm câtă încredere mai aveți în mass media. Scrieți-ne opiniile dumneavoastră, vă așteptăm cu interes răspunsurile. Ele pot fi înscris la adresa de mail serviciu.român.ri@gmail.com, pe Facebook sau direct prin formularul de răspuns de pe site-ul Radio România Național la adresa www.ri.ro.
Dragi prieteni, începând din 29 octombrie 2017, Radio România Internațional realizează o emisiune experimentală săptămânală în limba ebraică, adresată evreilor originali din România și descendenților acestora, dar și tuturor vorbitorilor de limba ebraică.
APEC Vietnam 2017. Crear un nuevo impulso. Fomentar juntos un futuro común.
UNAPEC es el foro de cooperación económica Asia-Pacífico que tiene como finalidad fortalecer las relaciones económicas entre sus 21 países miembros. Se desarrolla este año en medio de que el proteccionismo comercial crea muchas transformaciones en el mercado internacional. Según el presidente de la Cámara de Comercio e Industria de Vietnam, Vũ Tiến Lộc, su país está concentrándose en la globalización, proceso que anteriormente solo benefició a las grandes corporaciones, pero en los últimos tiempos las pequeñas y medianas empresas, pymes, también gozan de sus provechos. La celebración de APEC 2017 será una ocasión prometedora para el territorio indochino, precisó Tiến Lộc. Durante la semana de alto nivel de APEC 2017 tendrá lugar en cuarto periodo de sesiones del Consejo Consultivo de Negocios APEC, la Cumbre de Negocios de Vietnam, la conferencia entre los directores generales de APEC y el diálogo entre el APEC y los líderes de APEC. En el marco de dicho evento se llevará a cabo la exposición titulada Vietnam Socio Viable y de Potencialidades, con la participación de los dirigentes de las 64 provincias y ciudades del país, además de los delegados extranjeros, con miras a alentar la promoción comercial. El titular de la Asociación de las Pymes, vietnamita Nguyễn Văn Thân, dijo lo siguiente.
Cũng là cái diễn đàn mà các doanh nghiệp nhỏ vừa có thể tương tác với nhau.
El APEC establece un espacio para que las empresas de este tipo interactúen en busca de fomentar la cooperación con los socios y compartir sus experiencias en la integración internacional. En marco de este acontecimiento, Vietnam tiene...
Well, there's no way that's Chinese, so don't know what's happening there.
Mientras Huỳnh Đức Thơ, presidente del Comité Popular.
That's a bit of ham radio there. Okay, I'm going to switch antennas here. It's 6115 kilohertz is where we're tuned to now. I'm just going to come down from there. First, I'm going to try to find it on this radio, though.
That comes out Monday. It's going to be packed full of information. And don't forget the special, $545. I want to move on from this, Al, but I'm just looking at this report. 6,700 stores. We're in October, the end of October. They're anticipating over 8,000 stores to close this year.
This year?
This year, yeah. 67.
How many do they have already? They don't mean 8,000 more, do they? They mean 8,000.
No. Yeah.
Okay.
But I mean, it's just like, that's a lot.
It's evidence of a Great Depression. It's evidence of a Great Depression to me. I mean, I may be jumping and over and exaggerating this to some degree, but just the same, I don't think you can look at this and just dismiss the possibility that it's evidence of a Great Depression.
I mean, it's actually closer to 9,000, 8,600. And if we know that the 67, that is a done deal. The projection for the end of the year, that means there's going to have, what, 2,000 more retailers, stores closed? Stores closed to the end of the year?
Not just to the end of the year. In the biggest retail section of the whole year.
Yeah.
This is people that are going to be closing their stores if they're going to close for next year. Maybe if they're closing this year with Christmas and Thanksgiving coming, the biggest retail opportunity of the year, and another 2,000 stores may be closing. That's evidence that people in it's evidence that people in a position to operate these these stores are not optimistic. A lot of Americans are optimistic because the Dow Jones is high and the C4 is high, hit record levels, and horizon is great. But there is a kind of illusion in the stock market, and there's a reality in the closing of another 2,000 stores in the next 2 months. That's 1,000 a month on average if they're given, if the numbers we have are accurate, if the timing is accurate, and not 2,000 stores closing during the worst part of the retail season, the worst retail season for the year, but during the best retail season of the year. I mean, that is, you can't look at that and sit back and say, oh yeah, everything's great. Everything's all under control. Nothing to see here, folks. Just keep moving, keep on investing in the stock market. Buy some more stocks if you get a chance. Buy some more bonds. It's all going to work out just fine. I don't think so. And I say, I mean, this is evidence. You can't look at this and just dismiss it and write it off and say, that's crazy talk. It might not be as bad as it seems to me. It may be that I'm exaggerating this. I'm not exaggerating I'm not intentionally exaggerating, but I recognize a possibility, and nevertheless, without intent, I may still be exaggerating the danger that's here. But it seems to me that this is absolutely a worthwhile consideration. You can't just say, oh, that doesn't count. Yeah, it does. I mean, it's significant. And it is one of these, if the numbers and the timing we're talking about are accurate, then it's cause for some serious concern. 2,000 more stores going to close down during the Christmas season. That is not a sign of economic optimism. And whatever the VIX is reading, however greedy people may be, the store closings say maybe it's time to be a little more fearful. Maybe it's time to be more concerned and say, uh-oh.
¿Y cuáles son los factores de riesgo para sacar un evento de este tipo? Los factores de riesgo hay muchos, incluso los factores de riesgo como de datos.
Militó con los Yankees. 2 bolas, un strike, swing completo, foul.
Pasaron como 15 días y volvimos a repetir nosotros juego en Miami Stadium, y yo le pregunté al difunto Pedro Ramírez, dice, Peña, yo te voy a hacer la respuesta de la yo nunca había soñado que eso podía existir. Así, y yo también pienso así, y el que está oyendo me tiene que pensar así, ¿cómo es posible que un catcher aguante un hombre por meta juego que no anota la carrera,
No, y que el umpire no lo expulse por obstrucción, porque eso es obstrucción. 2 bolas y 2 strikes, un poquito afuera, dice el umpire, y se roba la segunda base Barnes. Ni siquiera hubo tiro a segunda, se la robó olímpicamente. 3 bolas y 2 strikes el conteo, y McCullers no puede entender cómo eso no fue un strike cantado, el strike 3 cantado. Nunca van a ver a ustedes a un catcher robarse una base tan olímpicamente como lo acaba de hacer Barnes. Ni siquiera hubo tiro. 3 bolas y 2 strikes.
The green dot on there shows where I live, by the way.
Se la tiene, tira, primera, out. Bueno, damas y caballeros, los Dodgers dejan hombre en base, no anotan carrera. Y después de una entrada y media, 0-0 el partido, y aquí está Orlando Peña.
Déjame decirle a los cubanos, a los cubanitos buenos que tenemos en Cuba, que les gusta el béisbol, desde que bisabuelos, tatarabuelos, todo el mundo en Cuba vive el béisbol. Los 17 peloteros latinos seleccionados para el Guante de Oro, que se va a efectuar después de la Serie Mundial en noviembre 7. Vamos a empezar por el puertorriqueño Strongman.
Delivered from a Chinese perspective. Get the latest news, weather, business, sports, and entertainment. 7 days a week, direct from Beijing. The Beijing Hour from China Radio International. Let's open a window to the world together.
You're listening to Horizon, a joint mission by European Space Agency, or ESA, and Japan's Aerospace Agency is hoping to uncover the mysteries of Mercury, one of the least explored planets in our inner solar system. Scientists are testing a spacecraft capable of withstanding temperatures in excess of 350 degrees Celsius when it reaches the small, inhospitable planet in late 2025. Here's Yo-Yo May again with more.
In the clean room of the European Space Research and Technology Center in Noordwijk, Netherlands, scientists are bidding farewell to Bepi Colombo. The spacecraft has now passed final testing in launch configuration. This will be the last time it will be stacked like this until it's reassembled before launch next year. In 2018, it's set to begin its journey towards considered to be the least explored planet in our inner solar system, Mercury. Bepi Colombo will study the small, inhospitable planet's structure and magnetic field. It will also assess how it impacts with the sun and the solar wind. But to do that, it will have withstand temperatures in excess of 350 degrees Celsius. It's named after Italian professor Bepi Colombo, a mathematician and engineer from Italy's University of Padua. Testing included putting the full spacecraft inside an acoustic chamber. The walls were fitted with powerful speakers to reproduce the noise of launch. Johannes Bankov is ESA's Bepi Colombo project scientist.
Studying Mercury is crucial to better understand the formation of our solar system, how Earth is formed.
I'm out of time, so I'm just going to scan through the last little bit here. Just shouldn't be too much left.
Some of you may have tuned in tonight thinking, I really want to know about my sins being forgiven. Some of you may have tuned in tonight and said, I need to be healed. I need to know about grace. I've got lots of questions I want to ask Pastor Scott. Open the phone lines tonight and maybe let you ask some questions.
Jesus himself proved it, that the gifts of the Spirit, you can't separate it from the Holy Spirit. So if somebody receives the gift of the Holy Spirit at baptism, he automatically has all nine.
Deseamos que este haya sido un programa muy bueno y que sobre todo nos haya inspirado y nos haya ayudado a saber.
Okay, last one to check out here.
used to write, Cheryl and I, because we used to write our spears and stuff, and his wife had this incredible handwriting. And I thought to myself, you know,
Did you ever do any welding like that? Minimum. Supply them what they need to do their job. You know, it's fascinating. Welding is still such a there's AC welding and DC welding. You know, it's just a big welding.
Together with, such the stuff. You get, you know, some of those things get so hard that they crack. And brace has its own advantage.
Well, it does. It is a little bit more flexible. But I remember on the radio doing a lot of stick welding, you know, this big welding rod, you know,
oh my God.
And I remember... you know, concentrating on the puddles.
New York State, I think.
Because what I was doing is I was welding power sections of the radio set. Right. Because...
Well, the head and the stuff you're welding, so you have to move the arc towards the, you know...
Well, you got to brace, and then when you weld, because they don't move around. Because that's a big problem. And I loved it. I really did. I mean, I'd be there.
Okay, so I think I'm going to leave it there because this hobby just never ends. It just goes on and on. So hope you enjoyed that. This is closer to what I normally do when I'm just listening to radio myself. I've got that website going. I'm identifying what I'm hearing and the like. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed that, and I'll catch you on the next video.